How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to the Black Metal Rebellion. I'm your host, Jesse Morgan, aka Slammerella, and we have another review today, this time of the new EP by the band called Darkest. I previously did a review on their 2021 EP called Dissension. The newest one is called From the Darkest Grave. It was released May 13th this year, 2022. Is a 2-track EP with a bonus 2011 demo version of the track Melancholic, of course from the single track demo from 2011, also called Melancholic. The Darkest band started in 2007 and also released a small demo in 2007 called Black Hamat Liss. And again, they are a black metal band out of North Carolina, USA. The EP in question runs approximately 22 minutes in length. However, we'll be mostly talking about the EP version of Melancholic and Unsung Warrior. So, just like before, Darkest is run by a mysterious musician known only as E. They do all of the vocals and instruments for this project, so let's talk about the vocals. They are roughly high to mid in the mix. They're definitely the forefront of the musical focus in this project and this album, or sorry, EP. They have a consistent performance overall. You can expect higher mid-range pitch demonic screams in this. They are very gravelly and venomous. But you can also expect some lower mid-range black metal growls for the most part, and even the odd anguished shouting parts in the Melancholic track. Alright, let's talk about the guitars now. They are also mid to high in the mix, just slightly under the vocals. They are also a focus point for this artist. They have a lot of great riffs. The guitars are performed nicely throughout, and they have a great chiseling tone and distortion about them. You can expect to find some aggressive power chords, some moody solos, some powerful thick tremolo chords, as well as some melodic chord progressions, atmospheric riff layering, and even the odd Sabbath style riff near the end of the track Unsung Warrior. Alright, moving on to the bass. It was mid to low in the mix, just under the guitar and drums volume wise. I feel it was well utilized from what I could make out, and it generally created a low background hum and certainly beefed up the deeper guitar sections. Alright, going straight to the drums from there. They are mid to high in the mix, on par with the guitars for the most part. They had a good performance overall, and the timing was fairly on point. The snare and kicks were pretty punchy, and there was a good use of fills and tom rolls. I quite enjoyed the nice big ride cymbal elements there. Always do all of the kind of metal pinging sound ringing out in the background. Really cool. The drums transitioned from one beat to the next pretty well. There is a few instances of blast beats and double kicks, of course, being black metal. And there is also some pretty enjoyable cymbal work going on throughout the EP. Alright, let's go on and talk about my favorite track on the EP. So, From the Darkest Grave, I'm gonna have to say my favorite track is track number 2, the re-edited, remastered version of the Melancholic demo track. It generally had the more musical variety and interesting elements in it. It almost even had this 3-act structure, kind of this beginning story predicament, and then this crux or turning point, and then finally the climax and resolution of the song. Although Melancholic was my favorite out of the two, Unsung Warrior was really good as well. It kept building on itself, adding more and more elements to the main riff up until about halfway through the song, and then it kind of relaxes a bit and stays at a medium pace with really good vocal delivery. I especially loved the line, "This world is a coward's dream." It was very amusing and fairly clever, I gotta say. So what are my overall thoughts on this EP? It was mostly an emotional dark roller coaster that had a array of mid-paced melodic riffs with the occasional few moments of ferocity and powerful aggression. It was definitely a very cool, almost prequel of sorts to Dissension, and a sneak peek into the ominous past of Darkest, while also continuing the tale of destruction and redemption via the song Unsung Warrior. I feel there's something very raw and honest about Darkest's writing that I find very palatable and intriguing. It's certainly a tale that I want to hear more of in the future. Now, finalizing this review with some weaknesses or improvements that I could see, more groovy style black metal riffs is something that I would love to see in every black metal album, no matter what band you are. Just kind of like the bombastic, Sabbathy, groovy style black metal riffs are really what stick with me and get in my head. I would also like to see a few moments for the bass to shine, because if you're the person that's doing all of the instruments, I feel like you'd want to showcase all of your abilities, and I feel like E has something a little bit more to offer bass wise, and I definitely would love to see what they could do in the future. And the last comment or thought about the weaknesses or improvements section of this review is that I would love to see more tracks, just more ideas thrown out there, and more for the listener to kind of check out and kind of ponder, and maybe less song length, because the two main tracks in this are about 15 minutes and 3 seconds long together, and I feel like you could probably have within those 15 minutes at least 4 or 5 different songs themselves. But that's really all I have to nitpick about this EP, because it was really good. I highly recommend you check out the previous EP as well, Dissension. I'm Jesse Morgan, and I would buy this EP. In fact, I did. I bought a digital copy and I supported Darkest on Bandcamp, and so can you with the links in the description box below. I'm going to give this EP a solid 8 out of 10. Keep kicking ass, E, and looking forward to everything you do in the future. Cheers. For glory, for the rebellion, Slammerella out.